I am very proud. I wish I will be promoted to grade 7 in this year. I sleeping in good bed. I eating in good food. I love church. God bless you. I want to going to school every day.
2015 has already turned out to be an extraordinary year for ASAH. After our transition year of 2014, which had some glitches and bumps and a lot of transporting back and forth and learning the community, our staff here is quite settled. And in January, ASAH McKeer-Galawak, who is the sister of Joseph Cole McKeer, who is co-founder of this program along with myself, came here to help us out. ASAH came to Fargo, North Dakota some years ago in 2003 as a student at ASAH High School. She completed her high school in a year and a half, though her only prior education had been at Kakuma Refugee Camp.
I was an orphan before I reached the teenage age and had been traveling from one place to the next during the wartime. I am healed by being with the girls.
She feels that her heart is here with these ASAH girls because she was once one of them. And like them, she fled, though our girls only experienced that for a month or two of their lives. They saw similar things.
I had a good paying job in the U.S., Boston, as a pharmacy technician or lab assistant. But with that is just to get paid enough. But here is giving back, and I truly love seeing myself changing somebody's life and my life getting changed as well.
Since we started, my goal has been to have role models for our students who looked like them and who talked like them and who they could identify with and imagine themselves in that role. But in Duke Paiwell, there simply were no women who could read and write except for the people who worked at the clinic, and most of them were foreign.
This is the change of somebody's life and seeing myself in that shoe, and hopefully they see themselves in my shoe in the future.
The ASAH mission is to protect, educate, and empower girls from South Sudan. And while we're in a really beautiful, calm spot here in Moyo, the protection that we're talking about here is protecting them from forced marriage. It's also just, I think, protecting them in a really loving and caring way that they might not get in any other situation. So to have all of them caring for each other, to have our staff and our board and the people who sponsor them caring for them, I think that experience really brings home what we're doing in terms of protection right now. The education is, we're making education available to them. They were writing letters yesterday thanking their sponsors for paying their school fees and allowing them to get an education. To see them working so hard on these letters and working on their English shows me that they're really serious about their education. Many of them write about wanting to be teachers and doctors and other professions, so they're not just thinking I'm here until I get married and start a family. They're really thinking about what they can do in the world. And then that's the empowerment piece of it. I think other programs might just be happy to get them to adulthood and then let them join their culture, their society as they knew it, to become wives and to become mothers. But these girls have a sense that more needs to be done. They understand that their country of South Sudan needs them to be more than just mothers and wives, and they seem really up to the challenge of that. They seem to want to take that on and really make a difference.
So the ASAH girls have some pretty big aspirations. They want to be president, or president like Deb Dawson, or vice president like Kevin Brooks, or they want to be a pastor or a doctor. Many of them want to be teachers. Those are about the only professions they know about. Pilot, they know about pilots because planes used to come into Duke Paiwell, and they know people come on airplanes. So one of the hopes that we have, and again, something we can offer them in Moyo, is exposure to people who do other types of work. Gardeners, tailors, shop owners, business owners, all sorts of different kinds of things that would be available to them. And we hope to be bringing people in to our compound or taking our girls on little field trips to visit other programs so they can see what the possibilities are in life, because not all of them are going to be doctors, and we know that. If they can be a doctor, we would try to help them to realize that dream if they have the qualifications to do that. But for most of our girls, we want them to be able to support themselves, support their families, and to have choice in their life so that it's not somebody else making the decision about who and when they marry, that they are autonomous and that they can make those decisions for themselves.
The compound here is fabulous and works really well for our girls, but there's still so many needs. Just a really basic one is plumbing. It's common for Southern Sudanese girls to be carrying the water on their head in the jerry cans, and our girls have to do that. But if we could just get a plumbing system in place that would work and allow them to not have to do that, they could spend more time on their schoolwork, they could spend more time just supplementing their education in any way that would be appropriate for them.
In Moyo, the only shoes that are available are basically low-quality plastic-type shoes and very simple flip-flops. We need to go to Kampala, the capital city, where we can get shoes made of leather, because they walk miles every day back and forth to school, back at lunch, back to school, back home, and the shoes wear out very fast. So we are hoping to raise funds to buy those shoes. A pair of leather shoes here is about $22. So while that's extremely high by Ugandan standards, that is pretty reasonable if you live in the U.S. If we had the funds, all our ASAH students would be able to get dental care on an annual basis so that we can repair those girls who have broken teeth and do preventive care, teach them proper hygiene for their teeth. If you were to see ASAH and to see these girls in action, first of all, you would think this should be just a given for all girls. But these girls are going to make a difference in their country.